Greetings everyone, it's Red Hunter, and today I'm playing some MTGA Arena, and I will be bringing you some matches of Singleton. Now, this, you really should be able to click on it and take it to it, but I'll go to it in here. This is my Esper No Creature Singleton. As you can see, it contains no creatures. Its win conditions are Teferi. I have the swag Teferi that I got from playing in the closed beta. Kaya. And Demonic Betrayal, which allows you to exile all cards from all opponents' graveyards. You may cast those cards this turn. You may spend mana as though with mana of any type to cast those spells. At the beginning of the next end step, if any of those cards remain exiled, return them to their owner's graveyard, and then you exile the card. So this lets me use their win conditions against them. Obviously, because this is a control deck, you can see heavy on counters, heavy on control things. I'm running all 3 of the 4 mana bindings because it's a really good card, especially in Singleton. Settle the Wreckage for Devious Cover-Up's a huge thing for this deck. It's a huge change that's made this deck so good. Devious Cover-Up lets you put 4 target cards from your graveyard in your library, and it exiles the spell, sub-countering it. That's so huge because you are because in Singleton you have one of each spell besides basic, one of each card besides basic lands. So that's how the Singleton format works, by the way, for those who don't know. 60 card decks. It's a lot like Commander without the Commander and 60 cards and not 100. Anyway, being able to reuse removal or reuse counters is huge. And I have a sideboard on this deck because I have a Mastermind's acquisition, so I need a sideboard. Because I can choose a card I own from outside of the game. Outside of the game reads a sideboard, put it in my hand. So this is my sideboard. What I tried to do as a sideboard was cover as many eventualities as I could think of, like for common games. So, Mission Briefing lets me recast a spell, and it's an instant. Playcrafter can be used to get rid of an annoying creature or planeswalker, even an indestructible creature. Ravenous Chupacabra is just another removal spell. Karn is card filter should I need it. Lyra is against for really mono red. Dream Eater can bounce something important at a key time. Bolus Clutches lets me steal something. River's Rebuke sends everything back to their all non-land permanents to the owner's hand. Demon Lord lets me draw cards. And Mortal Sun lets me draw cards every turn. Stops planeswalkers in their tracks. This is great when I'm facing a Super Friends deck, which is reasonably common in Singleton. And spells I cast costing less is awesome. I don't care about the creature's part. Primal Tide wins games, especially in control matchups. It can't be countered, no maximum hand side. Those are both huge in control for control decks. When an opponent casts a non-creature spell, draw a card, and control mirrors the majority of their deck as non-creatures. By the way, most of the control mirrors, they have creatures, which I'll talk about that in a second, about deck theory and construction and why I did all that. Emergency Powers lets me draw and or shuffle everything back in my library. Good to prevent myself from getting milled. This card's indestructible, can close out games quickly. Trancing Melody, steal creatures. Steal a creature. Mass Manipulation, when I have the mana out late game, lets me steal creatures and planeswalkers. So, back to the deck. deck construction and theory, let's lay out the deck like this. Why no creatures? Well, the thing is, okay. So the reason I'm playing 0 creatures is because of the control mirror. For other decks against other, against other decks as well, but for the control mirror. So, in the control mirror, usually what happens with control decks in Singleton is they play some amount of creatures, stuff like Thief, Thief of Sanity, and those creatures, those creatures die easily to my removal spells: Cry, Murder, Cast Down, Moment of Craving, yada 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 yada. I play 0 creatures. That means that in the control mirror, a significant portion of the control deck's cards are just dead. Whereas if I'm playing in a control mirror and they have creatures, my cards like Cast Down, Moment of Craving, Cry, Murder are not dead. Because I have targets to point them at. And my Kaya's Wrath is not dead either. So that just gives me those dead cards, them having to sit on a bunch of dead cards, makes a pretty big advantage for me. It also blanks a lot of decks that run things that are creature specific, such as some of the red spells that that exile your stuff, Shevan's Fire, cards like that. It sits in their hand. They have nothing to target with it. Anyway, that's my deck. Now we're actually gonna go start a Singleton game. I've gone 5-0 with this deck. I've gone 5-1. I've won 4 games a bunch. This deck usually performs pretty well when I don't get mana screwed. So let's see how it goes. This is game 1. I need to get to 5 wins before I get to 2 losses. If you can average 4 or 5 wins in a Singleton event on a regular basis with the deck, you can farm rare cards, and I guess you can farm gold, but not really. White, white, blue. I need a black. I'm gonna keep this hand. It's not horrible. It just got better because a Revitalize gives me both life gain and card filtering. But you know what gives me even better? Oh, that's not what I want to cast, sorry. Search for Ascanta gives me even better card filtering. If I can flip a search. 3 mana. Alright, so I know I'm playing a blue, white, red deck. At least for now. I'm going to put this in my library because I have a 3rd land. I'm going to put this in my hand because I have a 3rd land. I don't know if I'm playing a creatures deck yet. Primal Amulet. Okay. That's going to have to be removed. Pass to attackers, pass to end of combat. Revive, I don't have double black, so I'm going to toss that. I got Devious Cover Up, and I now have mana up for it. I'm searching for a Mortify, so that I can kill this thing. And I'm not exactly sure that I want to. I'm going to counter it anyway. I'm going to put these back into my deck. Yes, I am. I'm going to put that into my library. That's Sphinx's Insight. There's the Teferi. That would be one way to handle this thing if need be. I don't want it to flip because... Okay, so it's becoming apparent to me that I'm playing a control mirror. After 4, because it copies spells. I'm going to start with Disinformation Campaign. See what, if anything, I draw. Life doesn't appear to be important, so we're going to... What did they toss? If you cast a spell during your main phase, draw a card. Okay. That card will do them no good. Hey, look, a target. That can go away immediately. There's the Mortify. Now, there's an argument to be made that I should, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Teferi.
Sorry, I'm late.
I'm going to plus.
We need to move quickly.
And then I'm going to end my turn. I'm going to untap these 2 lands. And on his end step, I'm going to pop the amulet with Mortify. Unless it's about to flip. Okay. He can't handle Teferi apparently. So I win. There's my first victory. I'm 1-0 with Singleton, not meeting any of my things about casting red or green spells, but that's fine. There's some gold. Alright, let's go to match 2. I have a card draw spell and 2 counters, an Acuity and a Tribunal. I'm going to keep this hand. I hope that I draw more lands. My opponent's down to 5. This is when playing, when trading resources, it is good that he has less resources. Plus, it also depends on what he's playing. We'll play that into play tapped. So I'm not by any means an expert control player. Although I think I have a pretty good grasp of this deck. But I'm trying to learn. Okay. You may attack. This is going to let him find lands and put them into his hand. Which is annoying, but you know, it happens. I think. So my choices are leave up mana. I think I'm going to Thought Erasure. See what we're working with. Oof. I'm going to take the Thief of Sanity. And put the Search for a Cantic and go on top of my library. If he doesn't drop a land here, that's the other thing that's the issue, if it's a land. It doesn't appear that whatever he drew was a land. Okay, he shuffled stuff back into my library. I mean, sure. We're gonna leave up counters. I want to counter that, he doesn't control another creature with a +4/+1 counter on it. I want to... It comes into play tapped. Okay. Ow. I'm not really, like... He can play this, and then I can Conclave Tribunal it. But, so here's what's going to happen. If I play the Acuity now, I'm going to gain 2 life, draw a card. He is going to -3 the Braska, and so I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait. I'm at 17 life, I'm in good shape, I've got counters up. I'm like 1 or 2 lands away from... I'm 1 land away from a Settle, 2 lands away from a Wrath. If anything problematic hits the field through my counter spells, or I decide not to leave up counter spells for whatever reason, I'm going to counter that. I'm looking for a land. Like that. Play a land. Play nothing. I think that I'm in good shape as long as I play this well. I need to pick up some black mana. But if he put... I'm probably... This one is 6 of one, half dozen of another, because I can deal with this next turn. But I do get my counter spell back. It's essentially a free counter. We're gonna Dobin. Acuity is not what I want. So we're gonna just Discovery Dispersal. I'm really looking for another black mana. Hopefully there's a black mana sitting on top of my library. I mean, I'm in good shape either way. I've got Consume if things get desperate. I've got the Settle. That's fine. Let's get rid of that Vivian Reed. Come on, where's this second black mana? Again, I'm not super worried on the creature front. I've got to settle the wreckage. and I'm a black mana away from Kaya's Wrath. And I can play a search out. There's a breeding pool. So this is blue, green, black. So Simic. This maybe is like a really bad Simic deck. All this ramp and it's not going to do him the slightest bit of good. Yes! Give me that ramp. Give me that black mana. That's what I really want. Holding out for a black mana. Alternatively, let's see here. So he can make this 4. What creature cards does he have in his graveyard? He can turn this into a 4/4. He can turn this into a thief. I've got to leave up. I've got to leave up Settle. The main thing is I don't want to be hit by Thief. I knew he would do that. I knew he would do that. I could have concentrated in exchange. And thank you very much. Good, but why did he? Oh, he swung with a 0/2 because he was gonna. Goodbye. He swung with a 0/2 because he was gonna make it into a 3/5. So he can put a bunch of lands on the field. That's fine. Good news is, I can take his Thief and play it with Betrayal. Okay. Hey, there's Karn Landfather. He can have the moment of craving. It won't do him a bit of good. Let's play the Search for Ascanta. Let's play a Hollowed Fountain into play tapped. And my turn. I've got Absorb up, should I need it. I'll probably let I'll let a creature go, depending on what it is, because I can just consume it. I don't want you to have Field of Ruin. But I don't want you to have... I can counter Search, so... And I don't want him to have Search. Well... I've got to counter that, unfortunately. Because he's going to take the reason I'm countering it is if I didn't counter it, he's going to take the Absorb anyway. How many cards does he have in his graveyard? 2, 4, 5. Okay. I'm about to gain 8 life. There's the freaking land. I'm at 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. I'm 1 off. I could Wrath here, but I'm not going to. I'm going to consume, gain a bunch of life. Next turn I will flip search.
Nothing is ever truly lost.
Yeah. I actually think I misplayed that. I should have taken the hit for 8. And I should have, I did misplay that. I should have Vraska contempted the Karn so that he couldn't do that. I'm not actually going to flip the search. Because if I flip the search, he's going to feel the ruin. Yeah. Sucks for you that creature doesn't have haste, doesn't it? I think I'm going to decline to transform. I'm going to Notion Rain. Well, I did get sort of what I wanted. I wonder what his ultimate, his end game is. It's fine. I just have to wait till he taps out with Field of Ruin. Again, I'll probably let him do that, cast Carnage Tyrant, and then our Wrath. Alright, so before he can enchant it, I'm going to destroy it in response. Card fizzles. I mean, if I were to grab things from your graveyard, what would I want? Hydroid Crisis, maybe? I could. Hmm. Three target cards from your graveyard. That would let me. You know what? What else am I going to take from here? I could take the Ravenous Chupacabra. How much? 1, 2, 3. That would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 lands gets me what? Gets me Blessing and Chupacabra. That's fine. Again, knowing that I can just raft the board when... First off is we'll destroy this creature, no more lands. And what we want back is we want absorb. Devious cover up and settle the wreckage. He's also down to 18 cards. What am I discarding? What is the Thought Eraser? He's going to take the Carnage Tyrant. Let's see if he'll play into a board wipe. Let's look like we're scared. Could I incentivize him to play into a board wipe is the question. Or should I just wipe the board here? You know what? I think I'm just going to take the first hit. I'm not in any danger. That's not going to help him at all. First off, I can negate it. Second off, I'm not going to negate it, but I could. My hope is that he'll put more creatures on the board if he has them. Yes, like that. Perfect. I actually want him surveilling. Yeah. No need to transform. Thank you for walking right into my trap. I have enough up for double counters. It seems unlikely he's holding 2 counter spells and that. Is he worried about milling himself? He should be. Okay. He's looking for a counter. I know this is not going to go well for him. I mean, what's the worst that he... As much as I might like another land out, I don't think so. Also, when I do draw Devious Cover Up, it'll give me something else to put in.
Say hello to my little
Okay. Yes. No. I think it's time to get rid of that Karn. Because I don't want him making a million stronger and stronger constructs. And it gives me a life total buffer. Okay, I take 3, big whoop. He's got to have a way to put cards back into his deck, doesn't he? Should I be... I'm going to allow that to resolve and hold a card up. I have no creatures or planeswalkers. I mean, I have them, but I'm not... That's fine. I think that he's got 10 cards left. I think what I'm going to do is try to counter something that hurts me. Alright, I'm going to Chemist's Insight and see what I get. Hopefully, I'm hoping to hit a land. I don't see how getting Vivian back helps him. I'm going to let it resolve. Excellent. I can also Thought Collapse him, which will make it even worse for him.
No one knows the wilds like I do.
Okay. I think I'm in good shape. He's probably thinking... I'm not really wanting... Oh, wow. Okay. He's probably thinking Vivian to this, but it's still not going to be enough. What is he going to get back? I don't have anything in my graveyard he can take. Is he going to get the Carnage Tyrant? Oh, that's going to be funny. Is he going to get the Carnage Tyrant back? Is that his plan, Vivian, to Carnage Tyrant? Oh, poor guy. Yep, that's his plan.
Meet
No. Okay, here's the thing. Vivian's not transforming this turn, and I need to keep up mana for Settle and a I need to keep on mana for Settle and a card, so I'm okay. Settle and a counter. I have to assume he might have a counter spell. One, two, three. Actually, I lied. 4. That doesn't settle the wreckage. Oh, my friend. My friend. My friend. Come on, what are you gonna do? Okay, that's interesting. Sure. He should decline this search. So he gets a 3/3 out of it. Woohoo. I'm gonna thought collapse him. I really don't want that on the field. I'm assuming, I know he did. In fact, I know he doesn't have a counter because
balance comes.
Oh yeah, go ahead, draw an extra card. I see what he's trying to do. What is he gonna hostage take his own? Okay. I've got a 1-turn window. Let's draw some mana. Okay. He's thinking,
Every defeat is a
take
new
that Vivian. Then I've got Absorb up. Please draw. Go ahead. Have fun with that. And then you draw. What are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do? Next time you draw a card, you lose. That's not gonna be enough. So close and yet so far. Alright. I'm holding up double counters. Let's not stop. And now you lose. And you've been milled out. Oh, good game, my friend. Good game. Well, This video has been 45 minutes, so I'm going to call it here. I'm now 2-0. And I even I was able to cast a red or green spell. Like I said, this video has been now 46 minutes. So I'm going to call it here. I'll do the next game in another part. Please, thank you for watching, and please rate, comment, subscribe. If you subscribe, hit that notification bell, so you can see all the videos that I upload. Leave a like, helps the video, helps the channel. And let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the line of play in that last game. I thought it was pretty intense and interesting. I knew that he was going, I knew by a certain point that he had very few lines of victory left to him. And it was all about shutting off those lines of victory. Alright, Red Hunter out. Bye.